Ernest Owens, thank you very much indeed for joining me. And now, I don't know much about you, other than you wrote a piece last week for Rolling Stone magazine saying cancel culture is good for democracy. So I'm going to come to that ludicrous premise in a minute. But I also remember you tweeting when I left Good Morning Britain, a series of tweets calling me a racist, including enjoying how folks keep getting Piers Morgan together for his racist tirades against Megan Markle on Good Morning Britain. I was just curious, could you remember a single racist thing that I said about her or have ever said about her?
Well, thank you for having me on, Piers. I was surprised when I found out I would be on your show.
We're an uncensored show, Ernest. We take all types on here.
Well, all types. Well, there you go.
Well, all types. Well, there you go. Yeah, you're trying to make this already about race, man. You were trying.
But I think really a lot of it just seemed to be biased. I think that you was really just harsh on the Duchess of Sussex. And I think there was a little bit of bias in the way that you had really gone after her.
Yeah, but Ernest, to be clear, I didn't ask you about that. I just said, what were the racist tirades? What racist thing have I ever said about Meghan Markle? I'm curious. You tweeted quite a few times that I was a racist. I'm just curious, what was the racism?
I said your remarks. I said your remarks was racist. I didn't say verbatim.
What were the remarks that were racist?
I think that it's biased. I think that you had a sense of bias of how you were speaking about her and how you was really being insensitive.
Being biased and being insensitive towards somebody does not mean they're racist, man. Again, he did not agree with the Sussex of verbal diarrhea. He didn't agree with her, man. Again, there is a difference between not agreeing with somebody and not being sensitive with somebody and being racist. Let's get that straight, Ernest.
To her mental health,
being biased,
a lot of her concerns.
Being biased or skeptical of some of her claims is not the same as being racist. What was the thing I said that was racist?
I never. Hold on. Do you want the person of color to speak, or do you want to just talk over me?
Nothing to do with your skin color, Ernest. Sorry, nothing to do with your skin color.
Do you want the person of color to speak? Again, man, this is just so fake. It really is, man. He's using the race card as a way to call, again, Piers Morgan racist, man, so he can somehow stir things up and he can use that as power, as form of power to get Piers to be quiet. And again, people do that all the time, man. Again, get the white guy to shut up by calling him racist. Again, are you going to let the person of color speak? You are speaking. You're not saying anything. What you're saying is, you're biased, man. You have a bias against her, and it must be based upon race. So you're assuming he has a bias against her. And you're assuming if he does have a bias, that bias is to do with the race. You're assuming. And maybe it is, man. Maybe he does not like the white part of her. Maybe he cannot stand the white part of her. Could be.
I don't care if you're black or white or anything else. I just want you to try and tell me, given you tweeted to your many followers repeatedly, by the way, repeatedly, you did this repeatedly. You have called me a racist repeatedly for racist things I've said about Meghan Markle.
I said you made racist remarks. I did not call you racist.
To stand by what you tweeted. What was it I said about Meghan Markle?
I am. Would you let me talk?
Ever that's been racist?
Are you going to let me talk, or are you just going to overtalk me?
Just answer the question. Stop answering different questions.
That's microaggression. You're asking a black person to explain how what you did could be perceived as...
Again, man, that's a microaggression, man. Again, you asked a black person how that could be perceived as being racist. No, he asked how that is racist. Not how you perceive it or how somebody can perceive it. No, he's asking directly, what did I say that was racist? That's what he's saying. Now, how that can be perceived as racist? No, he's asking what was said. And then you said, again, that's a microaggression against a black person. Again, this is all about race, man. You are making this all about race. You are the one that's assuming that he disagrees with Meghan Markle because she's part black. You are the one that believes that is so. You are the one that believes that he needs to accept your point of view, even though you're not offering any evidence to the fact of what he said was racist. You are offering no evidence of that. You were just saying, I think you're biased and blah, blah, blah. And that's, again, not an example of racism at all. And you're assuming that he's biased to begin with. But he has to, again, agree with what you're saying. Basically agree that he's racist because you say he is, even though you offer no proof. You say he is, so he's got to agree with that. And, yeah. And if he doesn't, he's even more racist because he doesn't agree with the black man. So again, man, the problem is there is somebody racist here, but it's not Piers. Look in that mirror, Ernest.
Is racist, and rather than let me finish talking, you're over talking me and being highly defensive.
Am I being racist
so I feel
again,
like a hit
Ernest?
dog is hollering right now.
Am I being racist again?
You're being dismissive. Can I actually talk? Or
Maybe because you're not answering the question,
what's the point of you on the show? Okay, so can I answer the question?
Yes, you can. Please do.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So your targeting of Meghan Markle's mental health, gaslighting her specifically, calling to question the legitimacy of her claims about the royal family being racist, you dismissing those claims, you consistently having a sense of badgering her and targeting her, it's felt like on my end that there was some racial bias there. Now, you may feel like it's not. Maybe it's sexism. Maybe it's misogynoir. Maybe it's a combination of both her gender and her race. But it was perceived by thousands of people. 57,000 people had called Good Morning Britain.
First of all, man, again, you're saying that people perceive that as being racist. Why? Because he disagreed. He dared to disagree with Meghan Markle. And she's half black. She's half black. So, again, maybe it's because of her part blackness. Maybe it's her part whiteness, man. How do we know? How do we know? Maybe Piers does not like her whiteness. Oh, that couldn't be it, man, because again, you got to make it fit what you want to make it fit. It's got to fit your thing, man, because again, that's how you have power over others, is you try to use the race card. And again, man, people need to start standing up and say, you know what? No, Ernest, man, we are not going to let you do that. You can say that all you want to, but it's going to have no effect.
Britain about some of your behavior.
No, you see, you've got to be very careful, Ernest.
Mischaracterizing the situation on Fox.
Ernest,
you act like it's just Meghan Markle, but it wasn't just Meghan Markle. It was other people who had concerns.
Ernest, you do have to be careful when you spew more lies, unfortunately, because 57,000 people...
Weren't you not spewing lies?
I'm about to
Fox
explain
News?
what you just said was wrong, a lie. 57,000...
Or you're going to give your interpretation.
If you're going to let me answer the question, 57,000...
Go ahead, Piers.
Ernest, 57,000 people complained to Ofcom, the TV regulator, and guess what?
Correct.
5 months later, every one of the complaints was thrown out, and Ofcom found in my favour to have my right to free speech and freedom of expression. But I come back to my initial point about you. You repeatedly tweeted to many people that I'm a racist, and I'm simply asking you to name one single comment. Ernest, one single comment I've ever made.
Between racist comments.
So, did I say a racist tirade?
There actually is none. There is no difference between racial comments and saying somebody, well, you made racial comments and saying somebody's racist. Because again, man, people that are racist make racist comments. You might as well be calling somebody a racist if they make racial comments. You might as well be. So again, there's no real difference between the two, number one. And again, man, nothing he said was racist. Nothing. Again, He dared to criticize the Duchess of verbal diarrhea. He dared to say, you know what? Yeah, I think she's wrong. I think she's lying. I really do. And here's why. Here's why I feel that way. You must be racist, man. You dared to say something against, and he says it in a minute, a black woman. He says, I got to take it for a black woman. That's what Ernest said. So again, he's the one viewing this through race. He's the one looking at this through race. Man, it's like, if anything happens to anyone, anywhere, and it involves a white person and a black person, or a white person and a mixed person, it must be race. It must be, man. It must be.
What was it?
I felt like your attacking of Megan Markle was racially biased.
Oh, you felt like
and I
it?
believe
you felt like it was your feeling?
I felt that way.
It was your feeling that I'm a racist, was it?
I felt like what you did was racially insensitive. I never said verbatim on Twitter that you were a racist. I said you made racist
actually,
remarks.
you just said enjoying how folks keep getting Piers Morgan together for his racist tirades. We're actually looking at your tweet now, Ernest. And there were plenty more. In fact, while I'm talking to you, we'll dig the others out. Just go and dig them out, folks. Here's my point, Ernest. The reason that people think that I may have had a racist connotation to my criticism of Meghan Markle is because people like you, high-profile black people in America, kept saying that without any evidence. And now I've got you on my show. I'm finally able to ask you, why did you tell lies about me?
You're blaming the black guy?
I'm not blaming the black guy. I'm blaming you as a high-profile black man for claiming wrongly and defensively that I was racist in my motivation towards my criticism of Meghan Markle.
So again, man, he's trying to make this about race, man. He's saying, so you're blaming the black guy. Yeah. I'm blaming that black guy. You. Because, again, what he's saying is people like you, high-profile black people that want to make this about race will make it about race. Even when there is no race. There's no racial connotation. But you will make it about such. How dare I talk about the Duchess of verbal diarrhea? How dare I talk about her? It must be because she's part black. It must be. It must be. No, that's what you're putting into this. That's what you're sprinkling in. You're the one playing race. You're the one sprinkling in the... Oh, how dare him? How dare him? How dare him talk about her? She is a part black woman. I had to defend black women. Well, I didn't say anything about race. Well, you didn't say anything about it, but it's there. And it's very apparent it's there. Why? Because I disagree. Yes. Because you dared to disagree with her. It must be because of race. Let me sprinkle that into it. Again, that's how people use this false sense of racial power. Again, to somehow make it about race.
Which, to be clear, my criticism of her and Prince Harry is I think they both tell lies. They both recently said they didn't mean to call the royal family racist when we heard them say it with their own mouths on national television. So my point to you, Ernest, is you can say these things. You could say these things on Twitter when you're actually held to account for them.
You said about Meghan Markle, and look at the impact it had on her mental health. You have a bigger platform than me, and you've attacked Meghan Markle, and it's impacted her mental health. And I feel like someone like me, as a black person, defending her as an innocent black woman in that situation, I felt like I was standing up for her. You need to be accountable for your impact and your power.
Number one, he is accountable. He's been accountable, but you are not. You were out there saying this is to do with the race. This is because of race. You were up there saying that, and you were offering 100% no proof. Zero. Zero. None. None. No proof. But you're up there calling him, well, you're up there saying that he has made racist remarks. But you're offering no proof. So yeah, he's standing by what he's saying, what he said. And yeah, is he criticizing her? Yes. But not because she's black or part black. But again, the reason why you admitted the reason why you're taking up for her is because you're black and because she's black. You literally said that. This is all from your lens. You're the one putting race onto this. You're the one breathing race into it. Now, this is coming from your demented mind, Ernest Owens. Yours. And man, this is why people gotta start standing up, man. Because again, people like this, they scare people. Because people don't want to be called racist. They don't want to be called sexist. They don't want to be called transphobic or homophobic or whatever. So they don't speak up when it's needed. And they don't say something is wrong when it's wrong. What this guy is doing right here is wrong. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video, but yeah, what he's doing is wrong. It is wrong, 100% wrong. He's doing nothing, man. Doing nothing but making up stuff to further himself, man. To give himself more clout. To put down Piers Morgan and make people believe that he's being racist. When the fact of the matter is, he's not. He's not being racist. Ernest is. But hey guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks.
You son of a